The Bible says all sin fallen short of the glory of who? Of God's glory. He is the gold standard of righteousness. He is the gold standard of that which is just, that is what's true. And that is who we need to be looking for as the example of what we are to return to. We have to recalibrate ourselves by applying the accurate definition of righteousness we are hungry for. This is the key about allowing God to be just and stepping back and getting out the way. Only God knows the pain that is endured by that mother who lost her child in the street. So even if the courts give them whatever, only God knows the mental situation of the person that took that child's life. Only because God knows the heart. God sees all. God isn't tainted by his own life experiences. God isn't tainted by the influence of society and of politics. Only God can truly justly levy a punishment or a reward. Don't like the reward part, but only God can justly levy a punishment. Only God can listen. Only God can justly reward you for your sacrifice. Only God can justly reward you for your service. Only God can justly because the world doesn't know what you gave up to do what he called you to do. What am I talking about? I'm not talking about preaching. I'm not talking about cooking. I'm not talking about children's church. I ain't talking about that. I'm talking about this. Only God knows what you crucified in your flesh not to cuss that person out.
Right.
Only God knows. That's why only God can reward you. Only God knows what you had to hold back on the inside from punching that person in the face that just hit you and turn the other cheek. Only God knows what it took internally to turn the other cheek.
Right.
Only God knows what it took for you to be the bigger person when that person betrayed you, when that person lied on you, when that person slept with your man, when that person slept with your woman, for you to say, you know what, I forgive you.
Wow.
What's the girl's name? Jennifer Hudson. The guy that I think murdered her brother. Yeah, her whole family. But only God knows what it took for her to say, I forgive you. Ooh.
Yeah.
He's the only one that can reward you. Man can't, because there's people that they're like, I could never. That's exactly why. That's why you're not just. That's why you're not righteous. That's why we can only look to God for the proper definition of righteousness. And that's why we have to look to God, take his example, if we want to reclaim our position of